Good evening, baseball fans. You are tuning in to Inside the Clubhouse. This is not a broadcast. And if you guys are unfamiliar with what Inside the Clubhouse is, it's basically I go through how my team's been doing, the lineups, my decisions behind certain moves, if anything important has gone down. That's what goes on in this episode, so you guys are more in the loop than just seeing the games and then me explaining what my moves were in the comments to you. This gives you a better idea of what my moves are. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So we are in mid-June, and that means we have recently come across the first-year player draft of the 2014 season. And here you see the guys I have drafted. This was the guy I drafted first round. Now, one thing I do not know about these guys is I'm not sure if I'm going to keep their specific names, because the thing about these guys, they always give them some ridiculous height and weight for their position. They always give them some weird, like, just a normal, like, this guy's not too bad, 6'2", 194, Alex Span, that's not a weird name or anything, or a ridiculous size, but usually, sometimes they'll give a guy, they'll have, like, a third baseman who's, like, 5'8", like, 230, like, that's just ridiculous. So, I might change their name just to add a bit of flavor, just to make it more interesting if they do ever make it the bigs, and I could use something with, like, their name as, like, a certain call, just to add a bit more flavor to them. Now, that's really all that's going to change if I ever change anything about these guys, is just their names and their appearance, obviously, not like their stats and how they actually perform. So this first guy is the guy I got in the first round, and this is Alex Span. Like I said, it might change. He's a potential 69 overall second baseman. He's 22 years old. And as you can see right there, he's got some pretty decent hitting attributes already. Low power, which is to be expected of a second baseman. Decent vision, disciplined clutch. He's not too good in the field. That's doable, though. I mean, he could play the field. It's not awful, but he's still, like, not the best. The 56 speed, what I've noticed a lot with these guys who you draft in the first-year player draft, a lot of them have, like, 50-something speed, but their stealing will be, like, 90s, and their base running aggression will be really high as well. So, I guess they just like to steal a lot, even though they're not really that fast. But, yeah, that's the deal with this guy. He's the second baseman I got in the first round. And then we got this starting pitcher, Jack French. He's 18 years old. He's a C potential. He's a 65 overall, so he's not really going to get too much better. I kind of reached on this guy. I mean, he could be decent, he could be not. He's 18, he's already 65 overall, so he could maybe be like a low 70s, fifth spot guy in the rotation in the future. So that's really what to expect from him. Then we got this closer who's 19, B potential, 57 overall. He's really raw. Like it says, he's not ready till 2018. He's a B potential with only a 57 overall, so he could maybe get into like the 70s after a few years, but time will tell with that guy. And then we've got Anton Taylor. This guy I was very excited about. I saw he only had a D potential, but he's already a 73 overall. I was like, look at those hitting attributes, because right now my team is in a major slump, but we'll get to that later on in the video. Right now, I've looked at this guy's stats, and I was like, yes, look at those hitting stats. And then I saw his durability. He has 26 durability. And that pretty much just messed up everything. Everything. 26 durability. The guy is literally going to step on the field, like step on like a ditch and just break his leg, like Paul George style. Like, come on, like seriously. And then we saw this guy, 22-year-old switch hitting shortstop. Look at those hitting stats. He's a power hitting shortstop with great hitting stats, decent fielding, with his arms decent, but not really good fielding. And then he's got 10 durability. This guy could have been a starter for me, and he's got 10 durability. What kind of malarkey is this? He's 83 clutch and he's 22, and I haven't played a day in the big leagues. I mean, come on, man. This guy would have been great, and then I got these durability issues. It doesn't make any sense. And then we got this guy, Tom Chu, who's just kind of like a guy to just pick. I saw he was 6'5". I was like, nothing wrong with Mammoth, so I took a Mammoth, and he's just kind of gonna be there. He's got some decent hitting stats, nothing really else. He's never really gonna get any better. So he's just kind of there. So if you guys watched my previous video, you probably would have realized that I have D. Gordon, and I also have a new backup catcher. D. Gordon is, well, he's D. Gordon. You guys should know who he is. He's leading the league. He's leading the MLB in stolen bases in real life. And if you guys watch my Astros franchise, you will know that I am a huge fan of speed and small ball. And, well, this team, it has one speed threat, and that's Starling Marte, and he's not playing well at all. He's hitting under 200, so I wanted to go out and pick up another speedster, and I got D. Gordon, and I got Tyler Ogle, who's now my backup catcher. And Tyler Ogle is a prospect in the minor leagues. My buddy Arios told me about him, so I just kind of went out and got him. So now he's my backup catcher. And the Dodgers, I gave them Jacoby Jones, who's a B potential shortstop in Double-A. Unrealistic trade, pretty much, but am I going to have fun with it? Yeah. Is it extremely unrealistic? Maybe, but still, like I said in the last episode of this, the Inside Clubhouse, I like to have fun if I'm going to have fun with it, and it's not like I traded like some B potential guy with like a 55 overall for like Giancarlo Stanton. As long as it's not something like that, then it's not too bad. So, D. Gordon, he's a Pirate now. And then I don't believe anything else happened in here other than, we'll go to the disabled list, which is other than Franklin Gutierrez is hurt 1 to 2 weeks, Edison Volquez only 6 days left on the DL, Reese McGuire, who's a B potential catcher who I thought could maybe be up in the majors next year. That doesn't really derail his progress for that, but he's out for a while with a torn pectoral. And what really blows is this guy Chase Darno. I guess it's Chase Darno. He tore his MCL 6+ months. And if you guys have been playing this game long enough, usually when a guy has a 6+ months injury, it usually turns into a career-ending injury. So the guy's got decent hitting stats against lefties. He's a really good utility player. He was one of the guys I was deciding on if I wanted to call up or not, and then he got hurt. So that kind of put a damper in that. And now for the actual lineups and to show you guys what's been going on with this team. So you can see the number 1, the number 3, and number 4 guys, they're all hitting well. D. Gordon, ever since acquiring, he's hitting 400 for me. He was a bench player for the Dodgers. Now he's got his time to shine. He's amazing. He gets on base, he steals bases, he stretches singles into doubles, he stretches doubles into triples. He does everything I want to do. He is exactly what I want on this team, and he'll fit right in. He does. He fits right in. So he's a great guy. I play him at shortstop versus righties. Against lefties, I play second. We'll get into that a bit different. So he leads off. He's playing amazing. Then we got Josh Harrison batting second. He's playing left field against righties. 6 home runs, 21 RBIs, 255. Not good, not bad, respectable. 255, I can deal with that. Andrew McCutchen, 303, 10 home runs, 30 RBIs. He also has, where's the stolen base? 21 stolen bases. So that's surprising, and he's doing well for me. Pedro Alvarez, 258, 16 home runs, 41 RBIs. I think he's like 3rd in the National League for home runs. And 258 is right where you expect a guy like Pedro Alvarez to be hitting. Then Ike Davis is, like I said, he only plays against right-handers. Last episode of this, and 228, man, he's not hitting well at all. He's kind of just there because no one else. I've been contemplating moving Polanco up to this 5th spot because Polanco's usually hits well for me. He's kind of cooled down as of recently. He's down to 279. He was above the 300 mark, but now he's down to 279, and I was contemplating putting him in the 5th spot. But I mean, Ike Davis's attributes are just so good, I kind of have to leave him there. So then we got Polanco, 279. He's doing well for me. And then we got guys like Neil Walker, who's been on a cold streak the entire season. He's hitting 227, only 5 home runs, 12 RBIs. Then we got Russell Martin, who's hitting under the Mendoza line, 195, 4 home runs, 8 RBIs. Then we go to the bench, and I benched Marte in pretty much every situation, I think, because he's a 79 overall, but he's hitting 195, and he's awful for me. He never gets on base. What's a guy who has 92 speed useful to anybody if he doesn't get on base? He just doesn't. So I just play Josh Harrison because he does get on base. So Starling Marte, that's why he's been sitting. Jordy Mercer, he's on the bench. He's hitting 199. Tyler Ogle, 043. He's just kind of there because, I mean, the backup catchers I have are just I mean, that's definitely a position I want to improve on. That and first base in the offseason because it's just, and second base because, well, I would like to move D to second and then move like an actual shortstop and probably Tyler Hanson. But anyways, catcher and first base are our main focus in the offseason because the catchers right now are just, they are completely underachieving. He's just kind of, Tyler Ogle's just kind of there just because I don't really have anyone else. Eduardo Nunez hitting 222. He's hitting like poo. Trevor Plouffe, 208. He's hitting like poo. the whole team's hitting like poo other than Gregory Polanco, Alvarez, McCutcheon, and D. Gordon. And then Harrison is He's respectable, but he's not good, he's not bad. And it's just, we are losing so many games because of it. I go to my schedule, we lost 3 out of 4 to the Cubs, who were in last place. We won this game 3-1. We lost this game because we couldn't score the bases loaded with 1 out. We lost this game because we couldn't score the bases loaded no outs. We lost this game, I don't remember how we lost that game, but I think Vance Worley had a good game, and I took him out and the bullpen blew it. Garrett Cole, he pitched well that game. I swept the Brewers, who were sitting at top of the division, I'm pretty sure, but then I lose 3 to 4 to the Cubs, then we get swept by the freaking Padres of all teams. The Dodgers pretty much took a dump on us, besides this game that I posted. The Mets, they took 2 out of 3. The Nationals took 3 out of 4. Baltimore split with us. The Yankees, we beat that series. Then we got swept by the Brewers. The Cardinals took 2 out of 3. The Giants, we took 2 out of 3. Then we took 2 over 3 from the Toronto Blue Jays. We had a really good month of April, a really bad month of May, and so far in June we've won 4 games in all of June, and that's really not good. We've really been struggling. We need to pick it up. Jameson Taillon has been lights out for me. He's 1-1 with a 2.77 ERA, 11 strikeouts. He's great. Worley's still great. Lariano pitches well. Garrett Cole's starting to pick it back up. He's starting to do good things now. Jeff Locke has settled down. He was on a cold streak. Charlie Morton's in the bullpen now. He's settled down a bit. Fieri's lights out in the bullpen. Jared Hughes is he gets a lot of ground balls with his sinker. Octavio Dotel is, well, he's decreasing a lot. He's a 75 overall now. He went from an 80 to a 75. I'm expecting by season's end that I'm probably going to have to like designate him for assignment because he's just kind of there to fill in the gap until we get someone, I don't know, until someone's ready to come up, someone on a hot streak in the minor leagues. Then we got Justin Wilson, who's doing with his 3.75 ERA. Tony Watson is lights out with his 1.119. And then Melanson's on a hot streak. It seems that, like I said, we never get in any save situations because we either blow out. We never blow out teams, but we usually either win on a walk-off or something, or he's coming in because, I don't know, like he has, let's look, he has 24 games appeared and he only has 15 saves. It's not because he's blown a ton of saves. That's just simply because I put him in situations because he hasn't pitched in like a week. And you can't just go with not having a guy not pitch for a week because he'll come back and then he'll be off his game. So if you don't, I just have to bring him in at times because he just doesn't have situations and he's on a hot streak. So there you go. He's doing well, and I just wish I would be able to pick up the bats. We're pretty much the Yankees right now in real life. We've got some lights out pitching as of late, but we just can't score. It's pretty much like, oh, there's a solo shot from Pedro Alvarez or McCutcheon, or there's a double from McCutcheon that drives in 1, and then hopefully that 1 run's enough, maybe 2 runs, and then that's pretty much what my team seems like to be doing right now. Even the games I play, we just can't hit anything. I time the pitch well, it just never gets a decent contact on it, and we just can't get it going. It kind of sucks, I'm not gonna lie. And as a result of us playing like poo, we're in pretty much of the bottom of the NL Central. Cardinals are in first, 40-27. 3 games behind them are the Brewers. 5.5 games behind the Cardinals are the Reds, and then there's us, 6.5 games, and then the Cubs, who just took 3-4 against us. So there you see, we're 4-10. We're 4-6 in our last 10. We don't score runs. We've only scored 204 runs. We've allowed 229. That is not good at all. That was something that we had really good success with the Astros. We scored runs, and we had decent pitching, decent enough to actually get us to the World Series because we did win it. And we just don't score runs with this team. We played small ball, and we also had decent bats with that Astros team. In this team, we have some decent bats, and we've got guys who just don't get on base. Like, they don't hit singles, they don't do anything. They just don't even do anything. I mean, guys like Rafael Ortega summed up my Astros perfectly, because they would get a single, they get a double, they get a single, they steal second, they get a drag bunt, they steal second, steal third. They just play small ball, and then you just knock in with situational hitting. What does this team do? They get man on base, they steal second, and then with the man on second, we ground out to second base. Or we have a man on first, he's not fast to steal, so he grounds into double play. It's just, this team just doesn't know how to get base hits. They just can't do it. We've got a great speed and great defense, as you see, but we just can't hit. Our pitching's pretty good, we just can't hit at all. That 230 team average is the worst in the major leagues. I've already checked. It is the absolute worst in the major leagues, and that is not good at all. Alright, so we're here at the trade block screen, and there you see that we have seeking catcher, first base, second base, shortstop, left field, just because those are the positions that we're weakest at, even though we've got D. Gordon at second and short, and then in left we've got Harrison and Marte. But like I said, those guys aren't playing well. First, we've got Ike Davis. He's not playing well. Catcher, we've got Russell Martin. He's not playing well. So that's what we have seeking the trade block. And I've got Jordy Mercer listed on the trade block, Neil Walker on the trade block, and Ike Davis on the trade block. And I am not going to lie, I am seriously consider making even more trades with this team. Just maybe just one really good trade, because we need a bat. We seriously need a bat. We just need someone who can spark plug this team, get a bat in the lineup. We've got enough pitchers to get ourselves through the year, but it's just we can't hit. We can't do anything. We're going to miss the playoffs if we can't get our bats around, and that's just the sad reality of it. If we do miss the playoffs, we'll work on the second season as the best season, as our improving on the second season. But I mean, I would like to make the playoffs. I have got to do a season for MLB where I didn't make the playoffs, and it would be nice to actually get there. But if we can't, we can't. But right now, I'm gonna try. And well, with guys hitting like that, and that's like half our lineup right there. We can't do anything. And Russell Martin is like worse than all these guys with that average. It's just not good. So you go around the league and like there's guys like Matt Holliday who could be a veteran presence on a good bat. There's guys like Hanley Ramirez who I really wouldn't try to swing because he's really, really expensive. Nelson Cruz is there, J.J. Hardy, Nick Markakis, Ben Zobrist. We've got guys like... Look at that, the A's have Lester and Samardzija on it. Keuchel, he's a pitcher, I don't really need him. Bonifacio, he's fast, I don't really need him though. David Wright on the trade block. So there's guys on the trade block that I could try to swing a deal for. Matt Holliday is definitely one that would be nice to have, but I'm not really sure if it'll actually happen. Maybe even Aaron Hill would be nice to have. Yeah, but like I said, I'm not sure if it'll actually happen. Andre Ethier would kind of be nice. What's his contract? Maybe not with that. But anyways, it would be nice to try to swing a trade for a bat, or maybe even like, because I mean, free agency's really weak. If Soriano's decreasing as he's sitting in free agency, I was thinking. Let me know what you guys think about this. I was thinking about signing Vernon Wells, because even though he has that terrible contact versus right, he's still got decent power. Against lefties, he's 68 contact, 62 power. He's still decent in the field. He's still got decent durability. He's not decreasing like mad. He can still be pretty decent for us. So if you guys think that I should sign Vernon Wells, let me know in the comments. And that's pretty much going to wrap it up for this Inside the Clubhouse video. Just pretty much struggling at the plate. Good speed, good pitching, good defense, just we can't hit. That's the summary of our team right now, and hopefully we can change it. That pretty much wraps it up for this video. I'm JerseyBorn, and I'm saying goodbye.